Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. We are in Athens, Greece for the round of 16 of the Basketball Champions League, game day 5. And a very important battle between AEK here in Athens and Galatasaray.
Γεια σας, γεια σας.
Take down the number of turnovers, okay? So this is something that we really need to take care of the ball. Okay, sprint back, use the fouls in a smart way, 4 in each period. In offense, move the ball, execute, be ready for zone, remember exactly what we need to do, share the ball and let's have good shot selection, guys. Guys, we need to play just a solid basketball game, nothing else, we don't have to exaggerate. Let's go out there and enjoy. And if we leave everything on the floor, at the end of the game, we'll have what we want to have. That's it.
Ένα, δύο, τρία. Πάει.
Yeah. And he don't mind because he's an older guard too, so he's like, yo, just give me the minutes.
Number one level of that. Okay. And if we got an issue, we're gonna solve that.
Well, here is on the game of the week, the Group K battle between AEK and Galatasaray NEF. Tipping off now, and also Unicaja starting just an hour later, taking on Limoges CSP. And the big question is, which of the teams in Group K are going to advance from this group to the quarterfinals? Well, you can see that Unicaja and AEK both up at the top right now at 3-1, but Galatasaray, if they can get a win tonight, they will remain in the hunt. Limoges have no chance of moving on. So AEK, as we look at their warm-ups there, they will advance to the quarterfinals of the win
Coach,
tonight.
you had
Let's
a very
get down to listen to
difficult
the
time over the
Galatasaray
last
coach.
weeks, but you had the chance to win 2 important games. So mentally, you are in much better shape than you were. This is a do-or-die game against a team which has performed very well so far in BCL.
Yes, like we said, the schedule has not been kind to us. We had consecutive games. Our rotation is limited, so we're kind of fatigued, but there's no time to think about that. It is what it is, and we got to perform because, like you said, this is a very important game for both teams. So expect a high-intensity game and a very good rhythm, and hopefully a game that the fans will enjoy and remember for years to come.
How much do you think that the team's mentality has changed since you won Malaga, which is a team that has performed amazingly this year, and this is proven even in Spain or in BCL with the performance of the team?
Well, I would like to say that we had to change our mentality before that game in order to win that game. But we got a confidence boost from winning a team, like you said, which is one of the best teams in Champions League, to help our psychology, not our mentality. The first thing we changed was our mentality to get that win.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
So Galatasaray going with Tyrus McGee tonight, Sedat Ali Karagule, Sadiq Emir Kabija, Mahir Agva, Dusan Ristic, Angelo Calario, Darren Russell, Dylan Ennis, Momin Mustafa, and Goksinen Coxon.
Coach, 2023 has been very good for your team in Europe. This is the most important game so far against a very difficult and experienced team. How prepared are you for it?
We will see in about an hour. And for the next 2 hours, I don't believe we have to do anything special. We have to play our basketball. keep the principles that brought us here, play very simple basketball game through, basics, good defense, solid defense, and ball movement in offense.
Galatasaray had some upsets over the last weeks. Do you think that this is rather dangerous? You should be worried about the way that this team will perform tonight here?
For sure, we are talking about a very good and quality team, a team full of potential. But on the other hand, I would say that I'm occupying more with my team and the good things that we can bring on the court than what the other team can do.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you very much.
So, Coach Kanzura scoring with Brenton Lamar, Vasilis Xanthopoulos, Dimitris Flionis, Pierre Oriola, one of the newcomers, Vlado Yankovic, Isaiah Miles, Kostas Kontikas, Alexander Madsen, Konstantinos Papadakis, Kenny Williams, Akil Mitchell, and of course Yanis Strelnieks. And as the AEK players are introduced to the crowd, of course, Akil Mitchell, one of the front runners for the Player of the Year. He was already honored as Player of the Month for February, and this has been an AEK team that has really started to turn on all cylinders at the right time of the year, but you have to keep winning, and as we have seen in the Basketball Champions League, nothing comes easy. It's going to help AEK, though, that they're here in front of a very big crowd tonight. And we will see what kind of difference that makes here in the Ano Liosa Olympic Hall. See the banners up at the top. AEK winning the Basketball Champions League. That was in year number 2 of this competition. They hosted that Final Four, and always a fun team to cover. And the fans had been banned for a few games because of some unsavory incidents earlier in the competition. They got a 3-game punishment where they had to play behind closed doors. So it's nice to have the fans back tonight in this country where basketball is so very important. Well, it's very important for both of these countries, really, Turkey and Greece. And there he is, Mitchell, getting his MVP of the Month award for February. And folks, he played like a runaway train. I'm sure right now he wants to put this behind him and just focus on the game tonight. And you might be able to see the referees as well lining up in front of us at midcourt. We'll introduce them. A really good refereeing crew from Serbia, from Romania, and Lithuania. I'll wait till we come up close on them. But the field is beginning to take shape in the Basketball Champions League in terms of the quarterfinals. We know that Hapoel Beit Yahav Jerusalem are going to be there, and we know SIG Strasbourg. You've got Telecom Baskets Bonn. They're definitely in from Group J, of course. Big game tonight for Ritas Vilnius as they take on Bahçeşehir College. And here is, again, a wonderful gesture from AEK, giving a check to the general manager of Galatasaray from AEK's main sponsor for earthquake relief. And of course, that is a very considerable gesture and much appreciated, and shows the togetherness of the basketball community and also the friendship that exists between these two clubs. So Alexander Glizic, Marius Tiulin, and Gvidas Gavilas, the referees tonight. And Yanis Strelnieks and Dylan Ennis taking center stage. We wanted to highlight them before the game because they're such crucial figures in their team's success and whether or not they achieve it, you can compare the numbers. And, you know, Dylan Ennis likes to get out and run. He plays an up-and-down game. He gets hot. He's hard to stop. Strelnieks, meanwhile, point guard, very efficient as well, shooting the basketball. He's been unbelievable putting it up from deep this season, hitting 49% of his shots from three-point range. So Galatasaray will start with Tyrus McGee, Mahir Agva, Angelo Calario, Darren Russell, and Godsinen Koksel. And boy, Calario really has emerged as a key player for this team. He was absolutely outstanding in their win over Unicaja Malaga last week. Darren Russell has played a key role as well, the point guard. You can never look past Godsinen Koksel. He's a real glue player, a real leader in this team. And we also talked about Dylan Ennis already. And for Ike, they're going to start with Brenton Lamar, Demetrius Flionis, Isaiah Miles, Gontikas, and Williams, Kenny Williams. So Brenton Lamar coming in, a 28-year-old point guard if you haven't seen him play. And Ike honoring or reminding fans of some of the greats from other sports. I understood there's Ilias Katsouris, the head coach of this team. We heard his remarks before the game. I understood the Ike volleyball team is going to be on the court tonight. They just won the domestic cup, so congratulations to them. So Ike in their last 8 games, 7-1, conceding 75 points or less in the last 3. The head coach of Galatasaray, he's had to navigate some turbulent waters. They've been averaging 21.1 points in the 4th quarter, so that's been their quarter, and you can see the good numbers from Calario. See those banners kind of in the middle to the left, winning the Basketball Champions League in 2018 up at the top of your screen, and also the FIBA Intercontinental Cup, which was played in Rio de Janeiro in 2019. So Ike have definitely been a team that has been making headlines in European basketball, in world basketball. And the fans more than happy to be back in the house tonight and create what is going to be a terrific environment. So now we're going to have a minute of silence. Winning the opening tip in this crucial round of 16 battle between Galatasaray and Ike. Ike in the yellow. Here's Russell putting it up and stroking it from deep, and that is a very positive start for Galatasaray. Russell, one of those players, once he sees the ball go through the hoop, look out. Commits the foul. And Gontikas appealing for an unsportsmanlike. Look at this. understand why. Agva really, they're talking about it. I think they might look at it. This could be the earliest unsportsmanlike foul that we see this season. And while they look at it again, you can see Gontikas catches and he turns. Now, does Agva make a basketball play here? Does he go? No, he's going to get slapped with an unsportsmanlike. I mean, he kept his arm in there, and the mere physicality of it as well, holding it down, that could be a dangerous play. So I'm looking at 2 shots and possession here, but let's wait for the referees to confirm it. I could be wrong. I don't get them all right, but again, here is a look at it. He's got to really go after the ball. Indeed it is. So unsportsmanlike foul, not even a minute into the game, committed by Galatasaray. So Agva needs to make sure he doesn't get a technical or another unsportsmanlike, or he will be sent to an early shower. Gontikas makes the first. Meanwhile, by the way, that the moment of silence before the game was for Mimis Papanau. I hope the pronunciation is right. The AEK basketball legend who sadly passed away. So Gontikas makes the first 2 free throws. And now a 3-point attempt missed by Miles. McGee to Calario. Thinks about going right at Gontikas, brings it back out. And here's Russell. And I'm telling you, folks, he is hot already. Having already hit a 3, now he comes down and buries his shot on the baseline. Flionis drives in. Good hands from Russell, who's doing it all right now. So it reaches in, the ball goes off of Flionis and out of bounds. That is good. Good refereeing as well. You know what? I mean, it's very easy to blow the whistle on that. But they didn't see any contact. They just called the ball. And now some contact out near midcourt. And a little bit of a shaky start here for Flionis, who's had a great season. That was a little ticky-tack foul as well. So, and Calario hands it off to McGee. Goes in and Coxel takes the bump from Williams. He gets in, does a great job, but doesn't finish. Agva with the rebound. Here's Russell. Oh, goodness. He has hit another shot. 3rd jump shot of the game already. Starting out like a house on fire. 3-pointer from the corner. 8 points scored by Russell. And Lamar comes back and drills it. So Brenton Lamar recently joined this team. Here's Russell and just blows past the defense. Can you believe it? He missed it, but then Agva flies in for the putback. Very kind of sleepy start for AEK. And Russell causing all sorts of problems. You would have thought that would have been the easiest shot that he could take, and he missed it. But Agva was in good position for the tap. Miles again for 3. And this time it goes in. Now Lamar, again, that's Miles hitting his 3. And we saw the basket from Lamar as well. He did score 16 points on his Basketball Champions League debut against Limoges. And this time Flionis gets the better of Russell. And here is Lamar missing. Williams and Miles hustle down the floor, and Galatasaray called for a foul. They need to be careful they don't remonstrate too much here. And you can understand the frustration on this call against Calario. Tough call, but those things will even out over the course of the game. Good job for the referee and the coach to put their heads together and talk about it civilly. But Calario essential for Galatasaray, and looked like it was a pretty decent defensive play there. Lamar takes advantage of the trip to the line, makes the first. And Brenton Lamar makes the second as well. And again, dangerous pass, and it's Lamar that just takes it right away, goes in for the go-ahead layup. Well, that's a recipe for disaster. Galatasaray turning the basketball over at mid-court, no less. Agva now to the corner. Calario for three, and that's good. Playing with such confidence, Calario. It was a big move to get Lamar. He looks like a good fit for this team. Of course, Tim Frazier had been with the team. He departed. Strelnieks whips it over to Miles. Gontikas going at Agva, turns, and the foul called with the contact. Agva goes out of the game. Ristic checks in. So that'll be instant offense. Gontikas doing a good job in there, that starting role. Got to make your free throws. Follow through. Now he's going to check out and be replaced by the MVP for the month of February, Akil Mitchell. Russell to Ristic. Coxel to McGee. Steps back, and this time it doesn't go in. There's Lamar leaning into it. Akili Mitchell sticks with it. Another opportunity, and this time Ristic does come down with the basketball. The Serbia international gets it over to Russell, who hesitates, and again, just very difficult to contain Darren Russell. And if you're the coach of Galatasaray, you're thinking, how many minutes can Russell give me tonight? And that was definitely a foul that was on Mitchell. Makes the first and the second. Came in averaging 13.3 points, 4.5 rebound, or 4.5 assists per game. And he's already got 10 points tonight. And the game's not even 5 minutes old. Strelnieks, you can leave me open. I'm going to nail it. That's like a free throw for him right now. He's just feeling it. Bounce pass, Ristic. Good touch, and ties it up. Remember, Galatasaray need to win this game to stay alive in the hunt for the quarterfinals. They'd like to win by more than 10 points. There's a three-point shot. In fact, really, it's because AEK are going to play Unicaja next week. You know that one of those two teams will lose that game. So if Galatasaray win tonight and then they win next week against Limoges, they would advance to the quarterfinals. Well, it also depends on what happens tonight with Unicaja, so that's not entirely correct. But anyway, here goes Russell quickly up the floor to Coxel for three. That's good. Because if Galatasaray win tonight, and you see Coxel again, underrated, I think. Yeah, Unicaja, if they were to win tonight, here's the drive, and nobody picks up Strelnieks. You could then have AEK beat Unicaja next week, and you could also have Galatasaray win. They need to have 3 teams with 4 wins. That would be interesting. And obviously the tiebreak comes into play there. Here's the bounce pass to Ristic. Oh, smooth. Boy, some of the finishing that we're seeing, it's they're making it look easy, and it really shouldn't be as easy as they're making it look. So Galatasaray doing a good job of withstanding some of this offense from AEK with their own offense. Here's Lamar again. This time, soft shot, but it doesn't drop. But it was an incredible performance last week from Galatasaray against Unicaja Malaga that has kept their season alive. Bounce pass, and oh, just the smart play, Ristic. And you wonder, AEK might need a timeout. I mean, both of these teams look a little bit confused defensively at this point. So the timeout has indeed been called by AEK, and Ilias Kazouris is going to talk things over.
Hey, listen, okay, listen to me. First of all, Kaloyan always sleeps. To fake it back. Then listen to me. On the baseline drive, step on the line, and switch into. Come on! Hey, listen, on the post up, on the post. Don't try to steal ball up against this guy. Listen, guys, let's try to go strong to the basket. Maxi, okay? First offense. It's okay. First offense, we run 2 sides for Giannis. Okay, and then we run 0. So the first offense will be here, still like this. Yes, it's a pick and pop. Then we have this. If they stand, be ready to cut. Next, okay. And then 0. You are here with the ball. We go for this. Here. Screen for Kenny. Giannis, you go inside. Guys, single double inside. Hey. We jump too fast again.
So just to make it clear again, in this group, Unicaja will advance to the quarterfinals with a win against Limoges. AEK will advance to the quarterfinals with a win tonight against Galatasaray. And Galatasaray, they cannot secure qualification this week, and they will be eliminated if they lose and Unicaja defeat Limoges. So that is the scenario. So coming out of the timeout, Lamar wide open. Oh, nobody boxes out Akil Mitchell. And Galatasaray looking quite fragile defensively at this point, especially around the post, the low post. Russell, high arcing shot. Boy, he is breathtakingly good tonight. And he's not a dirty player. He is a slick, plays with some panache. He reads the defense well. Kenny Williams hits the three-pointer to get it back to a 2-point game. Russell again shows he's human, missing the three. Here comes Strelnieks. Now to Mitchell. He likes to match up against Ristic. He turns. Ristic kept his hands up. Great defense by Ristic. Coxel might try to back up Strelnieks. Oh, great D from Strelnieks. Wasn't giving anything away. I think Coxel might be a little tired. And the bounce pass, good look. Lamar has it, hands it off to Mitchell. Here's Williams again. Will it be two in a row? Yes, it will. Second three-pointer in a row for the Tar Heel, Kenny Williams. And this crowd is raucous.
Use the foul! Let's go, fellas. Okay, give me L3. L3, okay? So, 5, you're gonna hit over here. 1, 2, get the ball. Hit it, move, hit it, screen. Okay, and go. Let's go.
Well, Pistiolis talking about his team and that, you know, no Jahivi Floyd this week. No Ian Hummer. Hildy Zolo, who got injured last week. But you got to go with what you got. And what they've got is Kabaja, who's just checked into the game, number 6. And he's always creating a buzz when he comes into the games. You can see him in the paint. And here's Mustafa, who's checked in. He inbounds the basketball to Russell. Dylan Ennis gets in the paint, hands it off, and again, another terrific finish from Ristic. Oriola's checked into the game for Ike. Here he is. And they pass it around. And Lamar in the paint. Oriola there for the rebound. I think that was it's looking like a very savvy decision to bring Pierre Oriola into this team. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and a steal last week against Limoges, and the former Spanish international, who knows, might play for Spain again. Had been at Barcelona, had been at Girona. Remember that Spain team that won the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019. And his form had dipped. Maybe Ike is where he goes to reignite the career. Here's Russell in the paint. The whistle blows, and the foul before the shot. Xanthopoulos whistled for the foul, the veteran. Russell steps back and over Mitchell, who had the hand in the face. And that was very dangerous play by Mitchell. You know how sometimes players, their momentum will carry them into the shooter. Strelnieks wide open for 3, and it's off the back of the iron. A chance to run. Mustafa, well, they're going to count it if it goes. It doesn't matter because it doesn't go. So right at the end of the quarter, And Galatasaray go back on top 31-29 over AEK in a very high-scoring game. Well, the three-point shooting has been unbelievable. Look at that, 50% for AEK. They've made 5. Galatasaray, 71%, 5 of 7. Here's a look back at the Darren Russell quarter. He was terrific, and so was Lamar. Brenton Lamar had 7 points, although in fairness, he was 2 of 7 from the floor, and Russell was 5 of 7. That was not a good turnover, and Lamar came up with the steal and went in for the layup. Calario bearing the three-pointer from the right corner. So the offense has looked really good for both teams. Strelnieks doing what he does, drilling the three-pointer. And Ristic has been really smooth. You know, talking about Strelnieks being such a good three-point shooter, he's made 20. He had made 28 of his 57 attempts coming into this game in the Basketball Champions League this season. So it's not one of these cases where, yeah, he's got a high percentage and he's made 3 of 7 or whatever. He's made a lot of threes. But Russell clearly has been the key man in the first quarter. Now who's going to emerge for both of these teams in the second? And the volleyball team, I told you about AEK. Going up for the spike. You got to love it. AEK, great sports club, honoring all of their teams, recognizing their heroes. So a very high-scoring game. Let's see if the defense stiffens up a little bit. Well, Xanthopoulos might have had a chance there for a layup. Decides to pass it to Kenny Williams, who takes it outside. Xanthopoulos puts it up and does not get it to drop. Xanthopoulos doesn't look too comfortable out there right now going up against Russell. As Kabaja, Ristic, Enes, Mustafa, and Kabaja on the court for Galatasaray. And Xanthopoulos called for the foul on Russell. And right now the point guard is the difference in this game for Galatasaray. He's winning the battles. Flionis comes back in. Dylan Ennis, the beautiful pass, and Ristic just sees what is available and makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Did not get many minutes last week against Unicaja. And here's Strelnieks, another 3 attempt, stays out, and Russell with the rebound. Russell's doing it all right now. Kabaja kind of forcing his way into the paint, and a travel was called. Yankovic has checked into the game for AEK. He just inbounded the basketball to Flionis. Mitchell, see what he can do against Ristic. Passes it back outside. Gets rid of it to Flionis. They get a 3. No, Strelnieks, they pass it around. They get it. What a play. What a play. Great patience from AEK. And in the end, they're able to get a layup. So Yankovic with his first 2 points. Here's Russell again. And that time well defended by Flionis. Strelniak's fouled by Kabaja. Don't lose your gum, coach. Kabaja seems to be a step slow tonight. That's just great defense from Flionis. Suffocating. Mitchell this time blows right past Ristic and gets it up and in. Makes the shot through the contact. And it's to Kabaja, guarded by Oriola. Backs his way down. Oh, what kind of move is that? If he had made that, that would have been on the highlight reel. Beautiful attempt from Kabaja, but the ball doesn't drop. Now Strelniak's. And offensive foul gives it back. It's on Mitchell. Here it is again. Oh, boy, that is a close call. You can see why Mitchell's questioning that. So a lot of three-pointers, and Tyrese McGee hasn't attempted anything yet. Boy, that's a dangerous pass. Vlado Jankovic knocks it away. Still time here for Galatasaray. And Ennis drives in, can't finish. .33 apiece. Here's Flionis now. He drives in. Great play by Flionis. Great strength holding onto the ball. Oh, he's wanting an unsportsmanlike foul as well, but they're not going to. I don't think they're going to look at that. Oriola again trying to get on the same page. Yeah, we were looking at Oriola's situation in Spain last year when things kind of started to go, or a couple of years ago, it started to go off, and it just seemed like his playing time eroded when Pau Gasol rejoined Barcelona. And just never got in sync when he was at Girona this season. And honestly, he looks like the Oriola of old from what we've seen tonight. Kabaja almost turning it over. Boy, Kabaja just looks shaky tonight. And I don't know what the situation is with him, but they've got to get him going. Okay, that was an interesting replay. Ennis sees it, gets it to McGee. Back outside, Mustafa for three. Well, all hands on deck right now, folks. Brilliant shot. Hugely important. Jankovic backing up Ennis. And this time Ennis gets it away. Oh, terrific hustle from Galatasaray, but not going to come up with possession. Amazing crowd tonight. Here, the AEK fans really bringing the noise, the songs, the chants. And Jankovic fouled, shooting a turnaround jump shot. So Dylan Ennis protests, but referee right there in position to make that call, and got him on the follow through. First one is good. I mean, you cast your mind back to that year number 2 when AEK went on that incredible run to get to the to the Final Four. And then when they were awarded it, the fans of the Queen, boy, they turned out in huge numbers. It was remarkable. And they were rocking and rolling all the way to the title. An unforgettable Final Four triumph. Here goes Ennis. Now Ristic. Team doesn't function quite as well when Russell's not on the court. Here's Ristic. Tough shot for him. He was able to get up a good one. Miles with the rebound. So at some point, Mustafa does a good job putting the pressure on. At some point, Russell's going to have to check back in here in this second quarter. Well, generally, you would see a foul called there. Look, boy, that fan is certainly making his opinion known. Yankovic, a beautiful turn and bucket. Vlado Yankovic. And now the great attempt at the steal by Flionis. And McGee, who just can't get an inch of space to put up any shots, gets it over to Mustafa, this time off the back of the iron, and maybe that was a little early in the shot clock for that. Flionis, since checking back into the game, has been a real pest on both ends of the floor. Yankovic turns, puts it up, and Kabaja finally goes up and gets something accomplished. And it really seems like Kabaja is tired tonight. Might need a shot of espresso at halftime, or whatever they have in Athens. There is almost a turnover. Ennis, shot clock about to expire. Look at the defense from Flionis, just absolutely mauled him. Ristic, did he get off in time? No, he did not. Flionis taking over the game with his defense. Whenever the pass is made to the Galatasaray player, there's two guys on him. There's absolutely no time at all to do anything. We didn't see it in the first quarter. We are seeing it in the second. And it's probably what led to Mustafa rushing up the three-pointer.
Battles one-on-one. We're losing rebounds. We're losing on the lobos. We're losing on the drive. This is bullshit. We're playing soft. End of story. Two side reverse. Two side reverse. Okay, so give me over here. Use it. Let's use the ball. Okay, they're trying to be aggressive. They're trying to be aggressive. So be ready over here. The pass is gonna be this. And from this, let's attack and move, goddamn. Left. Defense. 22.
But you feel the sense of urgency, the desperation in the voice of the Galatasaray coach, and stressing they can't lose the one-on-one battles, the man-to-man battles. They've got to be able to defend and not give away the layups. Problem is, you know, I just feel like with McGee, it looks like Flionis is just too much of a lockdown defender for him to go up against. Flionis is just as lightning quick, and I don't see any real advantages out there. I mean, maybe Dylan Ennis can get to the deck, and there he is fouled, and maybe that's the answer. Let him try to go penetrate. Here he goes, drives in, but ends up taking a very difficult shot. And fortunately for Galatasaray, they're going to keep possession, but with only 6 seconds on the shot clock. Shot is good. Well, that's what they need right there. A big-time contribution again. Who would have expected Mustafa to come out and do what he has done so far? And Flionis, his shot goes in and out. Ristic, oh boy, McGee is got to do better. He comes down with the bat, you know, he's got to hold on to possession. But Flionis not switching off for a second. His defense is off the charts right now. You know, two players really, McGee and Kabajat, just are not the same tonight for Galatasaray. They've got to dig deep and bring some energy. Find it. Mustafa only came in averaging 2.8 points per game. So he has really given them a lift. This time he does not take the three. Shot clock winding down. Here's McGee. Finally gets a shot up and makes it. And that's what they need. They've got to get some contributions from that man, and he puts them in front. Miles posting up. Oh, great block. The rejection from Ristic. It leads to a break for McGee. And he brings it back out. Now to Russell. And he puts it on the deck. Hands it off to Ristic, who's been terrific. Boy, what a sequence for Galatasaray. And that is quite an answer here late in the first half. What a block from Ristic. Get that out of here. And then Russell, with his ability to penetrate, and the way it's going right now, you get the ball into Ristic's hands, and he's going to make the shot.
Listen, make a foul. You have 0 fouls. Hey, on one move, I say one more time. We go screen with the 4. I cannot have someone that is just standing. You cut the ball and you pass and cut inside. And then on this action, you cannot make just pass in the paint. Okay? Come on. I have one to give, okay? If it's on, we run quick. Okay, for Kenny. Please, you are here, you remember? I saw you come out. Yeah. and you screen like this. That's okay, Fran is here. Hey, if you don't have the shot, we go inside. Hey, if it's man to man, do shake for B. Okay, take advantage of the bonus. Let's go.
So again, as we approach late in the first half, it's worth remembering, Ike, if they get a win tonight, they advance to the quarterfinals. And Galatasaray will be eliminated if they lose and Unicaja beat Limoges. Obviously, Unicaja will advance to the quarterfinals with a win. Here's a three-point shot, and it is good. Coming right out of the timeout, the third three of the night for Kenny Williams. Russell fouled by Lamar. I mean, Russell is the most impactful player in this game. When he is in there, it is a different Galatasaray team. He seems to be the only player that's able to cope with the pressure, the defensive pressure. Here he is inbounding the basketball to Calario, who's been quiet. Now to McGee. McGee coming to life, gets it to Calario. Shot clock winding down. Calario turns, and great defense from Oriola. And Pistiolis appealing for a foul. The crowd won't say technical. That's just great defense. That is terrific defense. So they have called the technical foul on Pistiolis. Strelnieks takes advantage. Strelnieks again over to Williams. He's got Flionis in the left corner. And Miles can't get it going tonight. Miles just 1 of 4 from three-point range. Here's Russell again, going hard to the hole. Well, Flionis did win that battle. Give him credit. Flionis made the shot tough enough. Russell, you can see he's saying that he was hit. I'm not so sure. Here's Oriola losing his footing. He is fouled. And 33.8 seconds remaining. And the foul, yeah. McGee left his foot out there and tripped the Spaniard. Well, 14 lead changes tonight. It's been close. The biggest lead's been 6 points for Galatasaray. And right now we're set potentially for another lead change. Ennis, guarded by Strelnieks. About 10-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Passes back to Russell. And Russell takes a pounding and gets the line. And I suppose with Oriola, you have to say what comes around goes around. It was kind of similar situation earlier in the game with Calario, where he didn't think he had committed the foul. And again, those are the types of things that just even out over the course of the game. Alexander Madsen, the Finland international, number 20, checks into the game for Ike. His first minutes, or first seconds. And Russell, really the MVP of this game, makes the first. He's got 15. What an acquisition this could end up being for Galatasaray if they go on to advance to the quarterfinals, because he has been immense. Not just tonight, but last week against Unicaja, also earlier against Limoges. Strelnieks drives in, passes it back to Flionis, and then the pass to Strelnieks to try to behind the back three-pointer, or rather with his back to the basket. I don't think they'll count that as a shot. But anyway, Galatasaray have gone back in front. They lead it 46-45 over Ike at halftime. And the shooting 8 of 11 from deep for Galatasaray. That is scintillating. Just 6 of 15 for Ike. They cooled off in that second quarter. Galatasaray with more rebounds and assists, but Ike do have 3 steals. Russell with 17. Ristic with 12, and a very important 6 points from Mustafa, getting it done for Galatasaray. Those turnovers are crucial, though. Ike scoring 11 points off of the Galatasaray turnovers.
Quarter in the second, we saw much more physicality. What does your team needs to change in order to get the victory?
We have to stop the inside game of Galatasaray. They're getting to the basket and they're kicking off. They're getting kind of wherever they want right now on defense. I think we have to kind of up our physicality. We're playing physical. We have to keep playing physical, and all we got to do on offense is make shots. We're getting good looks, but we just got to finish to make the shots.
Thank you very much.
Now we're also here from Galatasaray, Tyrus McGee.
Tyrus, some individuals in your team are performing very, very well. We saw a really good offense in the first quarter. In the second, the physicality was there. Do you think that you can continue in the same pace in the next 2 quarters?
Yes, of course. We just gotta stick to the game plan and continue to fight.
How confident do you feel regarding what you have seen from a teammate who has scored so many points already?
I'm very confident. He's a great player. He understands basketball, and we'll just take it play by play.
Thanks a lot.
Of course, that player they're talking about is Darren Russell, who's having himself quite a game tonight for Galatasaray. 17 points. And here's Russell leading us off for the best plays in the first half. And then Miles, who we saw being interviewed. That's his only 3 that he's been able to make. And we talked about points off turnovers. Ike scoring there. They have 11 points off the turnovers. Ristic has just been clinical with his finishes. Ristic 6 of 7 from the floor. 12 points and also 6 rebounds for Ristic. Kenny Williams has been good. He hasn't missed from 3-point range. He's made all 3 of his attempts. And again, Ristic able to finish. Russell, who that was one of his 3 3-pointers that he made. Ristic again. When you get those looks around the basket, and that's what's concerning Ike right now, is they're giving away a lot of points in that low post. Funny enough, Mitchell hasn't really asserted himself yet. He's got 4 points and 3 rebounds, and you would expect him to pick it up in the second half. And Mustafa, what a breath of fresh air he's been for Galatasaray tonight. Couple of 3-pointers, couple of rebounds. Duncan Lamar started well, but right now, just 3 of 8 from the floor. He is 2 of 2 from the line. tough make for Tyrese McGee, who was just looking to get on track. He was able to get that one. And if Russell isn't scoring, he's been setting up his teammates. So it really has been a interesting first half. Williams with his third three of the night. And it's the Darren Russell hour, so we'll go ahead and show you some more of his highlights. See, he's 2 of 5 inside the arc, 3 of 4 from deep, 17 points. And as long as he is able to penetrate, as long as he makes his threes, and then he may not beat Flionis, but he's able to at least get into position where he can put the ball up or pass it to his teammate. You know, he is vital. And the question that I have is, how many minutes can Russell, effective minutes, can he give in that second half? Because he's going to have to give everything for them to have a chance to win tonight. So remember, in the first game between these two teams, it was won 81-71. AEK winning in Istanbul. And Brenton Lamar has 9 points for AEK, and you can see what he's been able to do leading the balanced scoring attack. Also, Kenny Williams has the 9, who is perfect from three-point range. So we're at halftime. It's Galatasaray in a must-win game for them to stay in the hunt. They lead it 46-45 over AEK.
Three is up, no good. And the follow-up, Abdelai Loum. Well, merci, monsieur.
Looking for space. Cook, nowhere to go. Gets it back to Bolmaro. Oh, behind the back pass to Filippono. Are you kidding me? A little bit of razzle-dazzle from Bolmaro.
Voids the 5 seconds. Ragland coming up one screen. Finds Johnson under the basket. Johnson gets rejected. Itai Segev.
Here first, folks. Unbelievable.
Seconds on the clock. Perez in possession. Gets it to Ferrari. Harding. Oh, wow! Jerry Harding. That is sensational.
Scoring almost 50 points and leading in the game is definitely an accomplishment in such an arena. How difficult is going to be for you to keep the same pace in the second half and get the victory?
Well, that's a very good point. I think this high scoring, especially in the first quarter, is very uncharacteristic of both teams that are very defensively oriented. The start of the third quarter is the key right now for us, because I know that AEK always starts very physical on the third quarter, so we really need to respond to the physicality and keep control of the game.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
So very important comments there from Coach Pistiolis. Start of this third quarter is going to be crucial. Now Kansouris.
It was a very, very competitive game. You faced some issues with some players of the opponent. What do you need to change in the second half?
Play better defense, more physical.
You keep on saying that. Do you feel that it can be accomplished in the second half from your players?
If we don't do it, we're going to still have a problem.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Well, if you thought the defense was good from AEK for much of that second quarter, it has to be better, according to Ilias Kansouris. And we've seen AEK really step it up defensively at times this season. And again, that is going to put real pressure on Darren Russell, who has to be able to cope with that pressure and to either score or distribute the basketball. And Ristic needs to be just as effective as he was in that first quarter, that first half, putting chances away. Calario perhaps might be able to step it up a little bit as well. Tyrese McGee and Calario, for that matter, and Kabaja, who has been a non-factor by his lofty standards, needs to also pick it up for Galatasaray, who need to win tonight to stay in the hunt. They can't qualify for the quarterfinals, but they need to win to stay in the hunt. If AEK win this game, they qualify for the quarterfinals of the Basketball Champions League. And you know, as we see those banners hanging for AEK, and you see that Basketball Champions League, BCL Champions 2018 in Athens, that's what they want. They want to get a second. They thought they were going to have one a few years ago, and they were beat here in Athens during the pandemic by Burgos. And, well, they'd like to put that right. But it's one game at a time. And right now they're trailing by a point against a very good, very desperate Galatasaray team. Second half underway. And Mitchell and Coxel almost coming up with a steal. Mitchell misses, and Ennis with the rebound. Kabaja, Calario, Russell, Ennis, Coxel. There's Kabaja going up, and again just struggling as the veteran Mitchell gets in his way. Flionis, Miles, Williams, Mitchell, and Strelnieks on the court. Here goes Flionis, and made the move, just didn't have the finish. Russell, just cool, calm, and collected, brings it back out. Just so impressed by the play of Darren Russell tonight. This is a cauldron of an atmosphere, and he is thriving. And now the travel, and Kabaja just out of sorts tonight. And you would think, called to travel, You would think that he's already shown in the difficult moments this season he's been able to cope, but tonight, for some reason, Kabasha has not been able to get it going. Flionis gets in, and he is bumped by Russell. 2 free throws awarded. It's just so exciting watching European basketball, seeing these players get better and better in the Basketball Champions League, and so many of them turn out for their national teams, like Flionis during the qualifying windows, the international windows. It's been perfect harmony for these players to be able to get out, play in a domestic competition, play in European competition like this, and then to be able to go out and represent their countries in the European qualifiers. And you can see they're getting better as players because of it. That high-level competition making them better. And Kenny Williams suddenly exits with what might be a back problem, the way he was walking. Here's Coxel. Now Ennis. Tied up. Shot clock about to expire. Ennis and Mitchell, just outstanding defense. But looks like they called a foul right at the end of that play. Watch Mitchell. Yeah, I think he kind of leaned into him a little bit there. That's a gutsy call, and I think it's the right one. He kind of threw his left hip into him. And so far, the MVP for the month of February in the Basketball Champions League hasn't been able to get it going. I do think it was a tough call for him earlier in the game when he was setting a pick. It looked like he was set. So Oriola is going to come into the game. And I think Yankovic as well is in the game. This is where experience helps, and one of the reasons why Ike were more than happy to try Oriola, because he's played in the big games for Valencia, for Barcelona, for Spain, and you never know. We'll see how it pans out tonight, but he could be a determinative factor if Mitchell isn't as impactful as he normally is. Here's Yankovic being pushed out by Coxel. Yankovic, and he is fouled by Coxel. And Coxel also doesn't look 100% tonight. It's just a terrific turn from Yankovic. Strelnieks bounce pass, and the ball turned over. Couldn't control it. Oriola, now Russell quickly on the break. Coxel thought about launching. And he tells the guys to spread out the court and let Darren go to work. Three-pointer for Russell. And Miles with the rebound. Just the blow by, and again, it looked like Kabajah didn't react quickly enough and gave up the layup. He just, well, he didn't want the pass to go back to Oriola. Coxel leans in, tries to make a pass. Good hands, Oriola knocking it away. Strelnieks, bounce pass. Three-point shot for Yankovic, misses. Galatasaray living dangerously. Russell gets in. Oh, absolutely sublime from Darren Russell. If he keeps this up, you might be looking at the MVP for the month of March. He has been sensational tonight. Three-pointer for Vlanko Jadovic. And some of the AEK fans, no doubt, getting a little restless. You can feel it. Here's Russell for three, and that was long. Kabaja doing all he could, but great box out by Oriola. Oriola for three, that interesting looking three-point form, and it was off. And you feel like the longer this game goes and the closer that it is, it works to the advantage of Galatasaray when Russell is on the court, and the key is going to be how do they respond when he's not out there. This time Strelnieks commits to foul. All right, great leadership by Dylan Ennis there, talking to Kabaja. Fleonis goes out, has been really hustling on defense. And boy, this is a lot of pressure on Kantzuris. He does not want to lose this game. Clearly, AEK, they can win it and qualify. They lose it, it gets complicated for them to move on. Coxel for three, and that was long. Both teams now cooling off a little bit from deep. Strelnieks finds his way into the paint, puts it up. It doesn't go, but there's the follow. Oriola. Ennis, as the AEK crowd gets louder. Kabaja for three. Looking for anything to get on track. Miles down low. Oriola touch pass. Jankovic drills it. And the three-pointer pushes the AEK lead now to three. And folks, Oriola, you got to give the man credit. He looks like a perfect fit for this team. As the teams retreat to the bench for the timeout, Oriola, 5 points, 5 rebounds. He's got a steal. He's got a block.
We're shooting too many threes too easy. Go. Every time we got a penetration. Every time we got something over there, we create. But then we got to be shooting. Sadiq, go either in or out. Okay, don't be in between. Go over here for the pass or go out to spread the center out. Don't be in between. And we need more drives, guys. And we need to get more touches. Every time we play one pick and roll and one shot, they win. Okay. Let's go horns. Horns with the pick and pop. Okay. You got the shot over here, okay? Let's move. Let's keep the ball.
You could hear Pistolas trying to get Sadiq Kabaja, keep him in the game mentally, because he's struggling right now. He's -5 efficiency. He hasn't made a shot tonight. He's 0 for 3. He's turned it over 3 times. Meanwhile, Jankovic coming out, and a lot of that experience coming to the fore for AEK, especially Oriola. Kenny Williams +13 efficiency, and Oriola, the second highest rated player for AEK tonight. Bounce pass, oh boy, Ennis. There's no way, and I think Kabaja fortunate to be able to tie it up there and force the jump ball. And for, I don't know if it's for defensive purposes why Ristic is not in the game, but he was one of their best players in that first half. 12 points, 6 rebounds, +18 efficiency. He and Russell, when you look at efficiency, the 2 best players in this game. But Ristic, when he's been in the game, they're -2. And that might go into the thinking, although Kabaja also is -2, the plus-minus. I think the difference so far in this second half for Galatasaray is that Russell hasn't been able to make his shots. He's now 6 of 12 He's only scored 2 points in the third quarter. But the good news for Galatasaray, they only trail by 2 points. And now Enes having a go at Yankovic, taking exception, and Russell is as well. And now the crowd's going to rain the boos down on Galatasaray. That was a very uncharacteristic reaction from Russell. He's usually mild-mannered. And I think Yankovic making it clear there was nothing with intent that he was done on his part. And now the referees are... So they call the foul. They're going to have a look at it just to see if there's anything. And again, this is good officiating. You've got the video at your disposal, so you may as well go ahead and see what drew that type of reaction from 2 Galatasaray players. So the question is, does Yankovic throw an elbow into the midsection of Russell? Because they called the foul. So he makes the inbounds. Now watch Russell, and now Yankovic goes in. I don't think so. There's nothing, there's no unsportsmanlike there. It's a physical game. They called the foul, that's it. I mean, that's a hold, and you can see why Enes was upset, because he was being held. But again, they did call the foul, so I mean, from that angle, you can't see anything else from Yankovic. He's just being physical. I just don't see it. I don't see anything. Referees have made the call. It's a foul. Well, I clearly have not seen it, because they have called the unsportsmanlike. And I don't know if it's because it's a dangerous play, if they're saying it's not a basketball play. I'm just not sure, but those guys know a lot more than I do when it comes to calling unsportsmanlikes. Why it is. And you have to say maybe the reaction from the Galatasaray players helped win that call for them. It certainly got them over there to look at it. So 52 apiece. Incredible atmosphere here in Athens as Russell drives in, passes out to Calario for 3, and it's a 5-point trip down the floor for Galatasaray. Huge sequence for the team from the city where East meets West. Or you could say where West meets East. Here's the drive. Lamar drives in. Oh, what a finish that was. $11 points. Kabaja loses control of the basketball as he drives in. Oh, absolutely. The ball is knocked out of his hands by Miles. You can't see it on that replay, but maybe the ball went off of Kabaja. He could use a coach's challenge. Okay, so now they've actually overturned it and they've given it back to Galatasaray. So I think that's the right call. Clearly. Basketball inbounded, 5 on the shot clock. Ennis drives in. Oh, terrific defense from Yankovic. Strelnieks. Bounce pass, beautiful basketball. Oriola hands it off. What a play from Ike. Lamar finishes. He's got 13. Just absolutely majestic stuff from Strelnieks and Oriola. Ike back in front. Russell, a little runner. Twice, Galatasaray have been attacking the basket, and they just have come up short. Oriola. Now the 3 from Lamar! Look out! Here comes the Queen. He's got 16 as well, Lamar. And they are rocking and rolling. So the timeout called by Galatasaray.
Short roll, guys. Let's get the ball moving. We occupy the ball too much on the same spot. Then, let Oriola shoot over here. Don't jump on him. Don't give him this for no reason. Let him shoot over you. He hasn't made a shot today. Please give me now 34. 34. Okay, let's get this. Let's get a good delay pick over here when we get the ball. When we get the ball, get a good delay pick. And let's attack. Okay, get the ball moving, boys. Come on. We're better than that. But we got to start from defense now. We got to be more physical. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. As we see this incredible fan base here tonight for Ike. Why go out and guard Oriola when he hasn't made a 3 tonight? And yeah, he might make it, but I'm not sure he's their best 3-point shooter. So pick your poison. Meanwhile, Ristic is checked back in, and I think they've missed his finishing ability, so he checks in. Kabajah's out. Ennis. Boy, the defense is tough for Ike. McGee's back in as well. Miles rebounds it. These are the dangerous moments now for Galatasaray, because Ike was charged up. Fading, turnaround. Oh, he makes it. What a shot from Miles. And they've got their biggest lead of the game, 6 points. McGee flies in. What a finish from Tyrus McGee. Where did that come from? We've seen him score some incredible drives in his career in the Basketball Champions League. And this is one of them. And I think Miles was in the semicircle. That was an easy call. Coxell's upset about something. I mean, Russell has just done everything tonight. He needs some support, and that's exactly what Tyrus McGee is giving. He's giving some support. And you saw Oriola slip over as he inbounded the basketball. Said something to the cameraman. Strelnieks. Oh, gets in the paint, puts it up, and just as cool as you like, lays it up, just reads the defense perfectly. 10 points. Ennis. And the bump before. And suddenly you can kind of feel a consecutive possessions where Galatasaray have been able to get some penetration. This time it sends this to the free throw line. This is when your big guys have to really step up. And you look at McGee, you look at Ennis. They've got to come up to the plate now, and they've got to really deliver. Oh, and that took a trip around the rim and stayed out. Good free throw shooting for both teams. Galatasaray, if they lose, they will not go to the quarterfinals. They will be eliminated. Ristic rebounds the miss. Mustafa also in the game. Can he also contribute in the second half the way that he did in the first half when he had 6 points? Here's Ennis. Again, drives in and hoping to get a foul. Maybe trying to do too much on that occasion. Quickly, Miles for three. Oh, rattles out. Galatasaray get a break. And a foul has been called. So the foul puts Mustafa on the free throw line. Ike 7 of 20 from three-point range. They've had a lot of balls that looked like they might be going in, and they just did not. And for the second consecutive free throw, Galatasaray see the basketball go around the rim and stay out. Boy, that is a missed opportunity right there for Galatasaray. The pass down low, Oriola able to, no, he stepped out of bounds. So Galatasaray can hold it for one shot, or they will try to, and very alertly, Pistiolas gets Russell back into the game. Good defense from Mustafa, forcing the turnover. So again, it's the little things in a game that all add up, and Mustafa, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but that was a big play from him. Because Ennis, again, this time scores! What a strong move, Ennis. And he wanted a foul called as well. Look at this. Yeah, you have to say, I mean, maybe a little unfortunate not to get a whistle, but at the end of the day, did a great job of making the basket. 3 quarters in the books. Ike lead it 63-61 over Galatasaray NEF. Well, very even as those stats indicate, although Galatasaray's three-point percentage much better. Here's a look back, and you can see in this wonderful Ano Leosia Olympic Hall that it is a game not to be missed tonight. If you're an Ike fan, or if you're one of the lucky Galatasaray fans that has been able to make the trip to support your team. But this is European basketball at its finest. And I mean, I know that across the ocean, when the Americans come over and they watch these games, or when the Americans play these games for the first time, it is an eye-opener. The atmosphere is incredible. Fourth quarter underway. It's winning time, folks. Flionis is back in the game. He drives. And his pass deflected. Gets it back. Puts it up from three and misses. He's well rested, as is Russell, who comes back in and gets a very big rebound. So Galatasaray, you got McGee, Ristic, Calario, Russell, Mustafa on the court. Boy, every possession so valuable. Shot clock winding down. McGee for three. And Mitchell also in the game. Maybe this will be his quarter. Lamar, Flionis, Oriola, Yankovic, and Mitchell. And now inside, and the layup is good from Yankovic. McGee from deep. And that's early in the shot clock, and as good a three-point shooter as he is and as important as he is, that is not a good shot. You want to work it. You want to make that defense work for Ike. Oh, nice pass down low to Lamar. Great D from Ristic. Ristic, I wouldn't say he put his hand straight up there. There was a little contact before, but I think that was good overall play from him. Here's Russell trying to cope with Flionis. Puts it up and traveling. And this is where the Ike pressure is just incredible. And again, if you want somebody dribbling against that type of pressure, trying to make something happen, it's Russell. So he commits, he turns it over. I almost wonder if it's a better five on the court right now that Ike has. Here's Flionis. Drives in, great hands by McGee, forcing the turnover. Galatasaray need to win this game if they're going to stay in the hunt and force it to the final week in a bid to get to the quarterfinals. And for Ike, well, if they win tonight, they are in the quarterfinals. The stakes could not be any higher for these two teams. Here's McGee. Just kind of lost his footing after making a great play on defense. Haven't seen Kenny Williams since he left the game in some pain, which is a blow for Ike as one of their three-point threats. And you'd think that Strelnieks will come back into the game at some point. Here's the drive. Good defense from Ristic. They can't get the basketball, though. Galatasaray. Now back to Mitchell. Quick pass down low. Oh, good finish. And the foul. Boy, Lamar now with 18 points. And that was just a good look and a great pass from Akil Mitchell. And they can have their biggest lead of the game if he makes this. And he does. Well, alarm bells starting to ring now in Istanbul. Galatasaray, their backs against the wall, trailing by 7 points. Flionis commits to foul out on the perimeter. It's only, they don't have any foul trouble to speak of. I mean, Lamar and Mitchell each with 3 fouls. But this late in the game, perhaps not a surprise. Calario just hasn't been able to really get it going tonight. Ends up taking a tough shot. And you know he has to be disappointed because he played so well last week against Unicaja. But it just doesn't feel like it's been a good matchup for him tonight. Flionis from three. Good! Look out. The lead is ballooned to 10 points for AEK. 6:40 remaining. Russell. And fouled. And what difference does it make to have this behind you? You can only imagine. It's like a title game. And definitely that was a foul on Flionis. Here's McGee. Out to, well, that was huge. He's been quiet, Calario, but to hit that three-pointer, that was almost a must-make in this situation to keep what I think are fledgling hopes alive right now, because AEK have got all the momentum. Timeout.
Listen, I would like when Russell passes the ball to try to isolate him. That's okay. We have 2 fouls to give, guys. Nothing easy. Higher on the pick and roll and cover each other. That was too deep. It's okay. If it's man to man, we run one side, fine. Be your point guard. If you start like this, we go like this. So this action, yeah. Start your chin. We attack the pitch and roll. One side 5. Listen, if we move the ball, Vlado, screen, and let's give him a post up. No, man to man. If it's on, we run 2 side for B. 2 side for B. 2 side. 2 side. Let's go.
Well, it's been a great conclusion to the round of 16. We're going to be going to the final week. So much at stake. Ritas Vilnius winning at Bachelor College tonight, so they still have a chance. They will take on Manresa in a battle for a spot in the quarterfinals. Of course, Manresa have a pretty decent advantage in terms of points. And coming back out here in the 4th quarter, it'll stay at this end. Calario being helped up. Here's Mitchell going in, gets blocked by Ristic. Ennis gets the baseline, but his pass goes off of McGee and out of bounds. Ristic has been borderline exceptional tonight. He's been terrific, but Galatasaray in a little bit too much of a rush that time. They got to value their possessions. Here's again Ristic, and boy, Mitchell turned right into Ennis. Calario gets it to Ennis and passes out to the corner, and the foul was called, and that's the right call. And now Ennis getting into it with Oriola. No love lost between these two guys tonight. Be careful there, Pierre. You don't want to be meeting somebody after the game. It looked like Flionis was almost there in time. And for whatever reason, Ennis was barking at Oriola. And I don't know if Oriola had said something before that. You might want to watch that one in the handshake line after the game. You don't feel like Galatasaray need any more incentive. And now Ristic is getting into it with Mitchell. And Mitchell wasn't allowing Ristic to have the position that he wanted. And right now the referees take center stage. They got to get control of this. Doing a good job so far, and they're doing a good job now just settling things down. Oh, wow, they've called a technical foul on Dylan Ennis? No. Oh. And also on Oriola. Okay, so that was to the previous situation. The fracas. Here's Ennis. Wide open. Calario. Oh, it goes in and out. Can you believe it? How cruel for Galatasaray. Rattled out. Although we've seen the same thing happen a few times tonight for AEK. Three-point shot from Jankovic. Nope. Oh, what an incredible effort from Oriola. He was boxing out, and while boxing out, he was still able to extend and get his hands on the basketball. And a foul called on Ennis. I think that's who was being boxed out. Watch this. Yeah, right here. No. Although I don't understand why the foul's called on Ennis. No, it was on Calario, not Ennis. Great effort by Oriola. So Strelnick's back in the game. He's a killer, and he makes the jump shot. It's almost as if it's like, right, now is the time to bring Janis Strelnieks into the game and finish this thing off, because that is what he can do. Here is Russell driving in, just a gritty move. The rim protection was there, and Russell just made an exceptional play. Now the defense gets a hand on the ball. Mitchell chases it down. They're going to give it to him. They should have given it to him. Ristic, if he remembers his coach, let him have the three. Here's Lamar driving in. They battle for the rebound. Calario comes up with it, gets it to Russell. He crosses midcourt, and Russell again, and great coverage from Jankovic, but they called a foul. They called a push. Well, there's no doubt Russell fortunate, I think, to get the call on that one. There's no doubt about it. Looked like Jankovic was in pretty good defensive position. And now what is Russell complaining about? In some ways, when you see something like that happen, you almost think like the basketball gods are saying, no, that should not have been a foul. You're going to miss the free throw. Now, are they complaining that something happened and they're going to give him 2 free throws? I'm not sure what is in question. Maybe the clock issue, perhaps. I don't know. Were they saying somebody was in the lane too early? Well, whatever the decision, Pistiolis is going to be having it explained to him. But he can't get another technical. He's already had one tonight. So the second free throw. Coxel does take his time and makes the second. I honestly don't understand what the debate was. There's still time for Galatasaray. They got to get stops. Got to be aware of this guy, Strelnieks. They get it to Mitchell. Mitchell soars in, takes it back to an 8-point advantage. Ennis. Ristic for three. Calario rebound. Hands it off to Ristic. And Ristic goes up and has it knocked away. Ennis comes up with the basketball. Body is flying on the court. For a minute there, it looked like it was going to be a disastrous sequence for Galatasaray. And then Ennis never gave up on the basketball. But they ended up calling a foul on him, so it was a disastrous sequence. Strelnieks for three. Oh boy, that is a ice running in his veins dagger. Ristic there, they call the foul. So McGee will go to the line. It's going to take something you feel right now like extraordinary for Galatasaray. Fortunate to get to the free throw line. Yeah, Oriola just a very important addition to this team. You can see it. He has made big plays tonight. Perhaps emotional discipline, maybe on the borderline, but at the end of the day, he has been very good. Strelnieks, meanwhile, goes down hard. And you hope he's okay. Goodness me, he's being helped off. I don't know if he's a bit woozy, if he hit his head on the court, or if he's turned his ankle. No, he's turned his ankle, and that is the last thing AEK need, and they definitely need to close this thing out tonight in case he can't play next week. Remember, if they win the game, AEK, they qualify for the quarterfinals. So Tyrese McGee gets it back to a 10-point game. Galatasaray, you feel like, need to play perfect basketball the rest of the way. So look at Strelnieks, and he just went down. It must have been something that happened before, because there was nobody within 5 feet of him. I don't know if he aggravated an injury, but he's in obvious pain over there. Coxel comes back in to bring a little D. McGee catching his breath. He'll be back in as soon as he can. Oriola. Oh, I think he got away with a push. It looked like he kind of pushed off on Ennis. Lays it up and in. Russell. Tough take. I mean, that last drive, it looked like Oriola kind of like led with his right arm to kind of push off to get some space. Here's Calario moving his feet, forces a turnover. And now they've called a foul on Calario. Look at Ristic down there saying, hey, he was pushing off. A couple of tough calls going against Galatasaray here late. Hasn't been a big scoring game tonight for Flionis, but he's only attempted 4 shots from the floor tonight. He also does have 4 fouls and only makes 1 of 2. And with Strelnieks, you know, out of the game right now, if you lose Flionis, that could really hurt. Here is Russell, takes his time, misses. Cox will crash on the boards. Yankovic gets the basketball. Ike come the other way. They're in no rush. Lamar sees a path to the basket open up. Ristic comes up with the basketball, but a foul has been called. Yeah, he got him in the head with his right arm. So now Ristic goes out, and Pistiolis needs to really work his rotation here. Wanted to get McGee back in there for his, I guess, his 3-point shot. Well, Brenton Lamar is going to end up with a nice scoring line tonight. He's got 20, now 21 points. Xanthopoulos comes back into the game as well for Ike. And that's considering the other issues they have with players with Strelnieks out of the game. Flionis also has the foul issues. Here's McGee, exactly what you needed. The 3 or the driving ability. Gets it back to 10. Now they got to chase the basketball. Can they get it in bounds? Yes, they do. The dump down low, and Yankovic. And Galatasaray up against it right now, down by 12 points. It's a mountain to climb. And McGee again hangs in the air. They crash the boards. Calario gets it to go in. But with a minute and a half remaining, it's going to take something exceptional. They do force a turnover. They get it to Russell, and now it's back to an 8-point game. Well, nothing will get you back in a game sooner than steals and points. Interesting how we haven't seen Gontikas in the second half.
Can we execute press break? Vlado, you are here, okay? So, the guards need to set up the defense and get open. I have Vasilis who makes the pass. Big with Flionis. Press break. So, this pass. Flionis here. Vlado here. Akin, move from as of safety. We go down. And we run. One side 5 cross. Vasilis. B. Vlado here. Akin, you come. I have Flionis. That clears out. Akin with Vasilis. And you set the back screen.
Well, Coach Zansur, Ilyas Zansouras talking about we got to run our press break. Got to be able to get the ball past midcourt. Good timeout. It's Galatasaray right now going to lay all out here to try to get another turnover. Oh, great defense again from Russell. Almost. So they take 2 seconds off the shot clock, and they are now going to, the referees can review it in the final 2 minutes to see who should have the ball, and we'll see if this basketball went off of Galatasaray's Russell or if it went off of Ike. And they're going to, in fact, they're going to use the head coach's challenge. Here it is again. Looks like Russell got away with a hold, and they might win this. I think if you're Galatasaray, ideally you want to see the other side. I don't think this will be the one that shows it. Can't see from that angle. Needs to be like a camera from the AEK side, that bench, that area, or up in the stands somewhere, because otherwise I'm not sure they can overturn it on this evidence. Yeah, I think it's unfortunate. You know, it could be that indeed, but they just did not have the camera angle to prove it. But it was a good use of the coach's challenge. You don't want to end the game without having used it. There they are. They get it across midcourt in time. Mitchell, they pass it around. There are dangerous pass. Xanthopoulos. Yankovic, shot clock winding down. They put it up. Xanthopoulos. And boy, that is a killer. That's what you call the dagger of daggers right there. Used up all 24 seconds on the shot clock, and then you hit the three. McGee. Coxel. Back to Calario. And no need to run off the three-point line if you're Calario. You want to take the shot. You got the three right there. So instead, he'll take free throws. And with 48.4 seconds remaining, 11-point deficit, it seems highly unlikely. And Galatasaray's free throw shooting has also kind of let them down here in the second half. They're now 13 of 18. 14 of 19. Pass up ahead. Oh, Calario does a great job to get a hand on it, but not able to come up with the basketball. So disappointment will be the order of the day for Galatasaray. They came out, and after a patchy first quarter, they gave themselves a shot to win this game. It was close at the end of three quarters. But in this fourth quarter, AEK have outscored them 25-17. Now 26-17. And Galatasaray's bid to make it to the quarterfinals is going to come to an end. And of course, you're also going to have Unicaja celebrating. Although, to be fair, yeah, they will advance as well, but they're not going to clinch first place. Unicaja.
Angelo, ball out of bounds. Daru. Okay, so go there. Screen. Okay, go there. Pin down, and let's get a quick three if we got it. If we don't, look for this. If we got nothing, as we got the ball, come over here and slice it and try to drive. Okay, hey, every point may be important right now. Okay, so after that, no matter what happens, let's get a solid defense. Hey, heads up. Every point may be important. Don't give up. Let's go.
Όχι τρίποντο να
Final 35.2 seconds playing out. And it's Ennis, his pass intended for his teammate, intercepted, and Ennis hustles down, gets the block. But Yankovic's there for the follow. So the lead goes to 90-78. Xanthopoulos coming in playing well here at the end of the game as his team puts the finishing touches on a big win. Russell, brilliant in the first half, came back down to earth in the second. And the coaches are going to shake hands. The players are going to shake hands. And what was at times a testy night, but just because the stakes were so high, the crowd has really been into it tonight. And it has been intense. And we'll see as Ennis goes up. There's Lamar. And hopefully Oriola and Ennis will shake hands after this as well. So I qualify for the quarterfinals tonight with this win. The question that remains, will they clinch first place and get home court advantage? 92-78, AEK have won it. And their free throw shooting remain consistent. Unicaja also thankful they qualify because of this result. 33 rebounds, 31 for Galatasaray. And you look at Russell, finished with 28 points, Lamar 21. So the party is on in Athens, and the party is also on in Malaga. And we now know the two teams that are advancing from this group. And for Galatasaray, you feel they really came out and battled. Let's go down and listen to Coach Russell.
What do you think that your team was lacking in the third and fourth quarter, and you had this result?
You know, this is a hard place to play in. They brung it. They was really physical, and that bothered us a lot. We just got to regroup and get ready for the Turkish league.
The season has still many games for your team in Turkey. So how big lesson was that tonight?
It was a good lesson. We got to bring it on the first half and the second half and just regroup.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so just to clarify, Unicaja need to win tonight to punch their ticket for the quarterfinals. So they are not celebrating yet in Malaga, but they take on Limoges. And they'll be hoping to beat them to qualify.
This was quite a good game, I guess. 21 points. You have already secured your presence in the next phase of the Basketball Champions League. You must be delighted.
Yeah, you know, this is a team effort. I'm super proud of our guys, you know. Hey, man, like I said, man, I'm super proud of our guys, man. We had to defend in the second half, and that's what we did because we knew it was at stake. So it's a team effort, so, yeah.
Was there anything that was said in the locker room during the halftime that changed your mindset in the second half?
You know, we were trading buckets in the first half. You know, it was 45, 46 or something like that. So we knew that we had to get some stops. And once we do that, we play defensively first. You know, we can get out and run and make easy buckets and everything like that. So that was our main thing, defense. So
all the best. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Galatasaray NEF, well, they do have a faint hope still. They're not completely eliminated. They'll be pulling for Limoges tonight to do them a favor against Unicaja. You never know. Crazier things have happened, but you would think that Unicaja would go ahead and win that game. Had Galatasaray been able to win tonight, they definitely would have had a chance going into the final week. And for a long time, it looked like they had their chances. They kept it close. They battled. Their last lead in the game came, it was 55-54 with about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. And even though they did keep it close, relatively close until about midway through the It was 65-61. They just weren't able to hold off this AEK team, which ultimately pulled away and got a comfortable lead at the end. And it really did take a lot of different characters. You know, Kenny Williams did well in the first half, but had to leave with injury. Then Strelnieks, you felt like he had come in to kind of deliver the telling blows at the end, and he got hurt, had to go out of the game, and Xanthopoulos came into the game, and he did well. And you just felt like maybe Galatasaray just a little short in terms of solid performances tonight from some characters, from players they really need to have to come out and play well tonight. And for whatever reason, Sadiq Kabajah, for example, great talent, great player. We've seen him do it so many times, but he failed to score, turned it over 3 times, just did not really get anything going for this team tonight. And Ristic had the 12 points in the first half, but didn't score in the second. So these are the standings. Unicaja will be taking on Limoges, and AEK have punched their ticket for the quarterfinals. And again, if Unicaja win tonight against Limoges, they also will qualify for the quarterfinals. Limoges no chance of advancing, and Galatasaray needing a favor from Limoges if they want to have a meaningful game next week to stay in the hunt. Well, in these crucial stages of the round of 16, AEK were really put to the test tonight by Galatasaray. But in this raucous arena here in Athens, AEK were able to make the plays. They had the intensity, they had the energy in that second half, and they won it 92-78. They will be in the quarterfinals.